Last day of the week, quant witching, Friday, decoding value, day 6, 2 levels, gave it all away today. Let's see if we can find out which ones. All right, straight into the profile. Already got my level set out. Let's go over them quickly and see if we can decode some value. So as always, prior session, and this is the overnight. So basically the overnight session was fairly balanced, trading inside of that prior range. Regardless, prior range higher, value area higher, prior POC, value area low, and the range low. Levels from the prior session, and then from the overnight I was using the value area high drawn towards a low volume node, and the value area low, same thing, drawn box towards a low volume node to basically create a zone, and the POC from that session. Key levels for today. Yeah, so market opened up. Let me see. We opened up here outside of value, above the overnight POC. So opening up out of range. I'm sorry, again for me, opening up in range but out of value. This gives us probabilities for price to basically immediately, if price in this case finds buyers, to immediately start rejecting prior value. So basically value from the other session here. Market opens up here, immediately we find buyers, we start trading above the value area high from the overnight session, immediately push through the prior range high. This becomes, at this point, line in the sand. Price has to keep trading above those levels, otherwise this could turn into a liquidity sweep and then a reversal back into value, which did not happen. So longs only here. Market gave two beautiful setups. I hesitated. I know someone that didn't. Good on you. Yeah, beautiful play there. Should have been the one and done. Afterwards it got a little bit messy, quad witching. Yeah, to be expected. Yeah, let's see how that looks on a chart. I mean, a entry chart. Move this for a minute. So I also use the 15-minute swing points to basically guide me through that. At this point, this was the prior range high. It just lined up. It didn't need to be that level, but it just lined up. Equal highs here. If price trades above, and we accept and we create some structure to the upside, longs only. So from that point of view, today, longs only. I started shorting, but yeah, later more than that on that. So yeah, that was that. Just longs only. Price trades above, keeps trading above. Yeah, no reason to short at all. But yeah, sometimes that happens. So on a 1 minute, let's see what happens. This is the opening price here. This is the opening price. This is the first minute of price. Already here, buyer stepping in, very obviously on that value area high. So already this was a potential good entry zone with an obvious stop loss below those lows to be protected. If price were to sell off from this, these would become trapped, and the whole idea would have been not an idea. Yeah, I didn't take this trade because this was right upon the open, but then again, waiting for price to confirm your buys is not a bad idea. So this is profile. Do it like this. I hope that's somewhat clear. Anyway, so market opens up here on the value area high in the overnight POC, basically here. So waiting for price to confirm that we are breaking out of this basically balance zone from prior session and the overnight session. It's not a bad idea. Once price starts trading above, this is where the if then scenarios start for me. So basically price starts trading up. If price, as in here, sweeps that level, which basically is this level here, and we keep trading above, and we find setups to the upside strength, as in here, these are the plays. This is the one Libby got, fire trade, probably a nice one and done, quick in and out on the day, and probably the best trade on the session, in my opinion. I hesitated. I saw this confirmation candle here with the buyers. I put an order on this level, basically anticipating price to immediately rebalance on this prior structure, but price pushed up above this high, and this is where I lost my interest. Yeah, I wanted to be in the move before it swept that high. This gives me usually the highest probability of putting my stop to break even. Yeah, but then again, looking back, even though price came to that level like three candles later, we swept that level here. We could have just wait for price to sweep that level. We see the buyers, we see the strength, price closes above. This would have been perfectly fine to like just put an order here and your stop below here, and or even that candle there. Let me see how many points. Let me see how many points that was. So let's say on the close of that candle, $20 points, 25 points. I mean, yeah, 30 point stop would have been fine. It's very aggressive, but doable. One to the lowest here, I wouldn't take that much drawdown on a trade. I'd rather protect myself below that low. If price were to fail that level, very likely to go to the next level. So yeah, better be quick out, for me at least. But yeah, nice play, very nice play here. So could have waited even after I decided to not enter the trade anymore, pull my order. I could have kept watching it closely and enter on this level. This is a mistake on me looking back, because I was not in a trade yet, so I didn't make any money yet, so I was still looking for a trade. And on a quad witching day as today, you see this huge impulse move. The probability of orders going left and right to keep it in the range are very huge. I started chasing a little bit using the fixed profile to look for entries. I think I saw price move up here, and I saw price was kind of getting extended. I didn't want a long, because shorts for me here, there's more meat on the bone. Way more tricky, but I think I played something like this, and I shorted on this level, but this took a while. I mean, this is like 10-15 minutes in chop, and then it's not even going. Eventually this move stopped me out, and then it melted. Yeah, overall I chopped up myself a little bit in this price action until this last part here. This one got me basically out of the hole. Yeah, come to that in a second. So I was basically following price with a fixed profile. Wasn't ideal for me today. I got involved in bad trade location, using a market order instead of my limit orders, not letting the market come to me, just chasing that breakout potential, and then getting into a bad trade location, and then yeah, things go a little bit south. So not like after really like an 8-day win streak and good performance in and out, done for the day. Days like today, like they happen when you start fighting yourself or the market because you want that P&L. Yeah, they happen. You just gotta control yourself. It's not an easy market to trade. Yeah, not much to say about that anymore. But yeah, I basically was trying to follow price using the fixed profile like this, using the highs, the lows, then look for potential low volume nodes here, see price react, then follow. Yeah, lots of back and forth here. And remember, like price overall still very bullish, super bullish. If you look at the profile, we're basically rejecting the whole range to the upside without really coming back to a retest of that level. We're just basically huge impulse move, and people are willing to buy higher. They're just not willing to sell off. So we're just at this point still trading very range bound. You know, how many points is this range? 600. I mean, there's 150 points up and down. There's trades to be made. It's not my kind of trading, so I got a little bit in trouble today. But overall, in the end, let me see if I can explain this loss trade. So I took a fixed profile to the low, and then I was following price like this. Then you basically have to look at it like this. So knowing that price is currently fairly balanced, even though we're like trading out of balance from prior range, we're finding new balance. I started looking for trades on the value area high from this range. So I basically used the fixed volume profile with that volume area high and price action. Basically looking at it like you see some structure here, create a lower high or like equal highs, whatever. The important part is that we create some structure here. We sweep that level. You can see it, if you can see it on. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, this is better. So we're coming against that value area high. You got some buyers. Sellers step in. So initially these got absorbed. Price immediately sweeps up, buyers again. But now we sweep this level, and this becomes a key level for me. This is when I basically get interested in trades. After like a manipulation-ish kind of move on these levels. You can see it here, price sweeps that level. It's not by much, but it's there, it's enough. The buyers here got in trouble with this close. I entered on this close, and then I trailed myself out after I saw this move, this big order. I just put my trailed my stop above it, and got stopped out because I was getting greedy on this move. I had like targets here. If price were to come here, this probably is going to get really violent if price sweeps this. But yeah, happy to be taking profits and to be ending the day on a green day. And in a day like today, quad reaching Friday in the weekend coming up, after a 8-day win streak. Happy to be the win streak, to keep the win streak going and not to end it in weekends, because that's very sour. But yeah, that ended my session. And at this point, price, nothing really changed. If I continue to trail price here, look for the value. And then you get like basically two options. Use the low volume node or just the extreme of a high one. Let's use the high one. And then the bottom one is still the same. So price is still and potentially on a bigger time frame doing the same thing. Let's see what Delta is saying, giving us here. So also Delta gave it away like before the open. This is 15:15, so this is half an hour before the market opened. Buyers start stepping in. I was not watching that. Should have been paying way more attention to this. But yeah, obviously the strength was here to support the move. Let me see what price did. basically getting a little bit divergent. So the move is not supported by delta at this point. So you're creating higher highs, and here you got basically lower lows, almost equals but lower lows. So this probably comes back down, probably. Anyway, happy to be ending the week on a green note. This was the first week of decoding value. Let's continue next week, and have a good weekend, and see you in the next one.